Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity, especially for holding this meeting today, looking for capital. I know as a person that I'm not a career politician. I've been in business self-employed for 30 years. I've been very fortunate and blessed to live the American dream, created thousands of jobs. I was involved probably about 5 years ago as chairman of the Florida Chamber. So I've seen it, and I can tell you out there I've never seen the environment. I remember going through the early 80s with interest rates at 19, 20%. I remember the early 90s, the S&L and bank crisis. But this is about one of the toughest crises that I've seen. And the main thing is, 3 years ago there was an abundance of credit. I mean, it just seemed like there was too much credit. It was credit everywhere. And I've been involved, I see the bankers here for 20 years on bank boards. To today, where there's very little or no credit. And I'd say probably pretty much no credit. I talked to a banker this past Friday who was in town. He was asking me about having some trouble with his equity in his bank, and we were just talking about it. And he's very involved with all the bankers in our community. And I asked him, I said, "What is there much credit or any credit? Someone wants to borrow $1 million, real estate or that." He said, "Well, if they want to borrow $1 million today, you got to put up $1 million CD." I mean, that's basically no credit. Talked to another banker on Friday where they got a presence all across the Southeast, 11 states. I mean, Sunday night, actually. We were out the little boat cruise thing. And talking to her and the same type of reality. Now, Southeast might be tougher than some areas, but I know I'm in Southwest Florida. I see the home builders here today, we've been devastated. I don't know that we have maybe 1 or 2 home builders left, because a lot of them that have been very profitable, very successful for a lot of years, there is no capital, and most of the loans are actually being called today. So I look forward to working with the chairman to see what we can do to draft some bills to get some capital flowing until the banks can get back online. I know a lot of banks will say they are still lending. There's some lending out there. But as I think back on Sunday night when I talked, I asked the banker, I said, "Are there any businesses in our community that are really making any money?" And she looked over at me and she says, "I don't know of any." I mean, that's pretty scary when you think about it. 08 was tough. A lot of the people in 08, like I'm in a small group of CEOs that we meet for the last 20 years, very successful over that period of time. And most of them lost, and we were sitting down, this is a pre-Christmas party meeting, 11 of CEOs, big companies, $1 billion in sales type companies, and most of them lost a third of their net worth in 08 alone. When you look at it, there was nowhere to hide. So this is really impacting small business. The Florida Chamber, we had 137,000 businesses we represent in our federation. 99% of those businesses were small business. They created 75% of the jobs in Florida. With no capital available to these small businesses, I mean, we're going to have a record number of people that have either gone out or on the verge of going out. So we really this is a serious problem. That's why I challenge my friends in the administration. We really need to focus on the #1 priority, getting our economy and jobs, and helping working families. That's where it needs to happen. To make that happen, we've got to have access to capital, small companies. So I appreciate your time and effort for being here today. We're looking for answers, and many people that know me, this isn't a Democrat or Republican thing. This is an American thing. We need to work together to figure out how to get out of this crisis. Thank you.